Hello. This is Hamlet's monologue from the play Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1, lines 57 through 89. Hamlet said this monologue because he was feeling depressed about his father's death and his mother's hasty remarriage to his uncle Claudius. Hamlet's monologue occurs directly before the scene in which he meets with Ophelia, the meeting that was set up by Claudius and Polonius to determine whether Hamlet was acting so crazy because he was so in love with Ophelia. So Claudius and Polonius were both eavesdropping on this monologue, which is why it's not technically a soliloquy. This speech is significant because it shows Hamlet's true feelings, revealing how unhappy he is with his family situation, to the point where he questions life. Hamlet wonders if it's worth it to exist or if death would be better because human life seems so miserable. Hamlet even toys with the idea that suicide might be preferable if it wasn't for the uncertainty of what comes after death.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die, to sleep no more, and by a sleep to say, we end the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished, to die, to sleep perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub, for in that sleep of death what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coil, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of despised love, the law's delay, the insolence of office, and the spurns that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare bodkin? Who would fardels bear to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveler returns, puzzles the will and makes us rather bear those ills we have than to fly to others we know not of? Thus conscience makes cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sicklied o'er the pale cast of thought, and enterprises of great pith and moment with this regard their courage turn awry and lose the name of action.